Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Basic Caps. If this is the kind of content you like to watch, please I encourage you to watch till the end to see how that look you saw was achieved. So first thing first, I'll be cleaning her face with my face cleanser because I want all the product that is coming on the face to sit properly. So I'm going to remove all the dirt on the face. Then I moisturize her lip because our lip was a bit dry, and then I'll be going in with my moisturizer from Simple, and I'm just going to spread it around the face and use my hand to massage it into the skin so that it can absorb it well. I need the skin to be really soft, so I apply generous amount of it. I allow it to dry before I went in with this primer that I'm applying now. Yeah, so this primer is from Urban Cosmetics. It's their mattifying primer. It's not really mattifying, it's in a jelly form. And then the next thing I will be going in, or that I'm applying now, is my oil control primer from Urban Cosmetics. Then I'll be going in with my foundation from Beauty by AD. This foundation is a dewy foundation. It is not a mattifying foundation. Yeah, it's actually for people with a very dry skin. I encourage people with a very dry skin to use it, and if you are going for a dewy look, you can use this foundation because it is very dewy. So I just applied it all around the face and blend it round. The foundation, it's lighter than her face and her neck, but her body is bright, so the foundation matches her body and her hand. And because her dress will be exposed, I matched her body. I decided to match her body with the foundation. Then I went in with that two foundation you saw earlier from Avon Cosmetics to contour her face and her hairline to add depth to it. After that, I'll be going in with my blush from Urban Cosmetics. Cheeky, that's the name of the blush, you'll see it soon. It's from Urban Cosmetics. I'm just going to apply it and blend everything together. Because the face is still very wet, all the product that I'm applying on the face now, they are all sinking well. Yeah, so I just blend the blush with my brush around the areas that I want them to appear, to the forehead, to the side of the face a little, or to the hairline a little. And then I go in with my beauty blender to just dab in case there's any part that is open that is not well blended. That will help to correct it. Next thing, I am going in with my concealer from Beauty Cosmetics. This concealer too is not a mattifying concealer. Yeah, it's dewy, so it means that if you're using this concealer and you tear, and if your makeup is not properly applied, your skin prep is not okay, it can open your product, or the product on your face, the makeup can open. Yeah, the foundation is not mattifying. The foundation is not mattifying, the concealer is not mattifying as well. So I just want you guys to know about this product that I'm using for this, or in this video. So next thing, I'll just contour the nose. I use the same product or foundation that I used to contour the side of the face and the hairline to contour the nose. So I did that with a very light hand so that the nose contour will not be too heavy. You can already see that it's not too heavy, and then the concealer on the bridge of the nose too is not too bright. I've always said it in my videos that I don't like the nose area to look extremely bright or very dark with my contour. So I like to work with products that are in between so that it gives me a soft look. I'm a soft look person. I don't go for loud look except my clients want it. So because the highlighter areas were not as bright as I intended it to be, I added a little brighter shade from that same Beauty Cosmetics. Yeah, I used their lighter concealer to just drop little amount and then blend it out. then set the face. I'm using my powder puff to do the setting. Yeah, because one, I always use powder puff, but secondly, because of the face is very, very wet, it is advised that I use or you use powder puff, especially when the face is very, very wet. I'll tell you people about something that I experienced recently about some skin and their skin problems, oils and all the rest. But first of all, I'm using the powder I'm using to set this face. I forgot to show it. Is from Blot Cosmetics, and Blot rather is very drying or mattifying. Their setting powder is very drying and mattifying. So because the face is too wet, I had to go in with setting powder that is drying and mattifying so that it can absorb the oil. Did I say oil? No, the wetness of the product on the face. Yeah, so that's the product I am using. I'm still going to be highlighting it with another product because this particular setting powder, it's almost like a skin tone setting powder. If you look at it very well, you see that it is not lifting the highlights. So I'm going to enhance it by using a more brighter setting powder to bake when it's time for me to bake. So because this setting powder is a skin tone setting powder, I used it to further blend the rest of the face, or use it as my first powder on the face with this same powder puff, so that all the wetness on the face can be taken out because the face was way too wet. Yeah, I was not going for a very, very dewy look, but it happens that I used that foundation and I had to make it the way I want it by using the powder or setting powder on the face first, and then I went in with my normal powder. Then I am baking now with a more brighter powder so that the highlighted areas can come up a little. So most time that's how I do it. I make the highlighted areas. I set it first with powder that is almost the same as the skin tone. Then I'll lift it up with a more brighter powder when I want to bake. I don't set with a very bright powder and then bake it with a very bright powder. That way the highlighted areas will look way too bright. So after baking all the areas that I want to bake, I went in to enhance the side of the nose because it looks like it was already out, so I had to enhance it a little. And then next is to bronze the face, the hairline and the face. And when I want to bronze, sometimes I use two different shades of bronzer. I use the more darker one on the hairline and the side of the face, then I use a more lighter one too on the side of the face, and then blend it to the jawline so that it can come together, everything can be uniform. After that, I went in with my blush. So it's blush I'm applying now from Twice blush palette. Yes, that's what I'm using right now. So after that, because the contour part was not way heavy on the face, I just highlighted underneath it so that it can be a bit separate from the rest of the face. And when I'm highlighting my contour areas or underneath my contour, I don't use a very bright powder to do that. I use powder that is either the person shades or like one shade brighter than the rest of the skin, so that it doesn't look off. It's not nice when you see people's contour, you see the underneath the line or the contour parts, you see a very sharp bright powder showing that they actually highlighted the under of their contour. It's not different. That corner will now be different from the rest of the face to the jawline and then the contour part. It doesn't look nice. So I use powder that is close, if not the same, to highlight underneath my powder. If I'm going to be using any powder that is brighter than the powder that is available, I have to just use it immediately, and then I will blend it out so that it doesn't stay. Because if it stays, like you highlight and leave it for long, like I did this one, by the time you want to blend it, it must have sinked in, and then you cannot remove it easily. So I always like to go with something that I can easily pull out if I want to blend it out. Yeah. So for the brows, I'm just drawing it with my Davy's brow pencil. I already groomed the brows the way I want it, so it's easy for me to draw it. I always say it, groom your brows, arrange it the shape that you want it, so that when you want to draw, it will not be hard for you to do that. So I do it with a light hand, and I'm just going to take my time. Another thing is, before you draw your brows, always remember to dry your brow areas, because sometimes when you do your skin prep and your foundation and all of that, it will enter on the brows. So if you don't dry your brows areas properly and it's wet, you may not have a smooth brows. It may not be easy for you to start drawing your brows, because it's going to be very creamy, and before you finish the makeup and all of that, you see that the brows is already very, very creamy, looking oily, because there are products there that you did not dry out. So I always dry it out with either my powder or my setting powder, but I prefer use the setting powder, because setting powder is translucent, is lightweight, and it doesn't get oily later, like normal face powder that later might get oily. And then to further make it matte, try and use brow pencil that is not oily. Yeah, so that's just it. After that, I'm going to go in for my eyeshadow work. So the eyeshadow base I'm applying now is from P. Louise. It's in milky off-white shade. That's how it is. So I'm just applying it all around, and then my eyeshadow work starts. So I'm going in with the first bright color, looking in between orange and peach. Did I say peach? No, orange, not peach. Then I'll just blend it all around the crease to the front. The next is a brown color. You already saw when this video started how the eyeshadow looked, so that's what we are creating. So I will just encourage you to watch and see how it was applied. Yeah, gently. I'm just adding the colors. Then the next thing I'm going to do is add some brown in the outer V and blend it all into the crease. So I'm doing it with a very light hand, gently, and then I will be building my colors as well. I'm not packing the colors one at a time. I'm just going to be building it until I get my desired shade or concentration, or the way I want it to appear. Anyone, but it's advised that you pick your colors, build it the way you want it until you get what you want. Don't stop. Build them bit by bit. After that, I'm going to be putting the eye color or the lid color, which is this very orange you're seeing here. So I'm just patting it on the eye gently. I didn't work on the other eye because I wanted to see how it will come up, and so I will enhance it if I want. So I'm just blending everything together on the crease to mix with the colors that I've applied before. So I'm going to be doing the same thing on the other eye. So just keep watching, please, and don't forget to like this video, leave a comment on it, and also please subscribe to my channel if you've not done so. You can also turn on the post notification so that when I post a video, you'll be among the first set of people to be notified that there's a video up. Yeah, so I am going to be doing the same thing on this side of the eye. Yeah. After the eyeshadow, next is liner. So because I want it to be very sharp, I had to hold the eye down or stretch the skin. And because the eyeshadow too is well blended and is matte, yeah, so even if it's shimmer or with pigment, you can still hold the eye, stretch it, but you're not smooching it. You're holding one part and dragging it down. Yeah, and any part of the face you're holding when you're doing liner or whatever you're doing, you're touching the face, make sure the face is very dry or that corner is very dry. So this is how I draw my liner most times. Yeah, so next thing, I hydrated the face with my setting spray because it was way too dry, like the powder on the face was much, so I had to set the face first with my Dewy setting spray. Note, it's Dewy, not matte. Dewy, so that all the powders on the face can all sink together. And then time for the lip, guys. So we're doing a red lip for this look. So I started by outlining the eye. Outlining the lip with my brown lip stick from Beauty by AD. This lipstick is very matte and is very, very dark. So I had to use my brush to outline it, because if I use the stick from this, it's going to be too much. So it's advised that you use your brush too, because this product, it's their product you're using for so many persons, except you're using it for your personal use. But if you're not using it for your personal use, please use a brush. Hygiene is very, very important. Don't transfer things from one person to the other. Use a brush. When you're done with the brush, you wash them. Using the what's it called, the lipstick stick, gloss stick, and all of that on your client's lip is not really hygienic, is not advisable. So, and encouraging you to try to consider your hygiene and your clients as well, because a lot of persons react to things without them knowing that this is this and that. You don't know who you're using it on, what the person have, and then you're now transferring it to another person. I know you guys understand what I mean. So after aligning the lip, I just blend it together because it's very dry, it's very matte. So I have to blend it thoroughly. And then this lip palette that I'm using now is Eye Magic. I'm using a red in it. This red is not matte and it's not very glossy. Yeah, so it's very, very soft. So I'm just applying it all around, and then I'll blend it too over the dark liner that I used, the dark lipstick that I used rather, to outline the lip. I'll blend it over because I just wanted that round the lips to give me that dark effect, not looking all red. So that's why I use a dark brown to outline the lips. So I'm just blending it all together. Yeah, and because looking at it is not like the way I want it, so I'm going to be topping it, enhancing the middle of this lip with another color to brighten it up before I'll do the gloss that I will be doing, because I'm going to be glossing it. So I just blend everything together thoroughly. It's important, especially when it comes to the lip. Aside the brows, the eyeshadow, another thing people look at is your lip. Is it well blended? Especially when you're doing a bold lip like this. If it's nude, many people don't really pay attention to nude because they always gloss it. But if you're doing a bold lip like this, it has to be given. It has to be well arranged. So you have to try. So this is the color I'm going to be using. And then you can see the middle the way it already is. I'm going to just gloss it. So that is the color I use. It's blood too. It's like orange. Yeah, so I just use it in the middle to brighten that middle part, to give me that ombre effect, so that it look like 3 layers from the dark brown to the red and the middle. Then I gloss it up with my red gloss, and then my transparent gloss. So I use the transparent gloss round the lip, and then to enhance the middle of the lip I used a red gloss because I still want it to be popping. So I'm using color that are together so that it can really come up. So that is what I did for this particular lip. You can already see the way it is. You can tell that it's already coming up. So that's what I did for this lip, guys, and I hope you like what you are seeing. Please don't forget to like this video, leave a comment on it, and subscribe to my channel if you've not done so. I always stain my brows with my lash glue. So it's the lash glue that I just apply, which is this white thing you're seeing, brushing it so that the brows can stay in place. And then I am going to do my highlighting, which is my highlights from Mismetics is what I'm going to be using to just highlight the side of the face. I'm not doing much, just so that it will glow. I'm just highlighting the side of the face. So guys, this is what the whole look looks like. Hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you like about this look. Do you like red lips? Do you rock it? Do you gloss it when you do it? Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next videos. Bye.